Today I'm going to cover concepts from sections P1 and P3 for pre-calc. The first one is just a reminder about interval notation. So interval notation, remember, is a way to write your solution set or values for the domain. So here's an example of interval notation. Bracket -6, comma 3 parentheses. So this converts to values for x that are greater than or equal to -6 and less than 3. So if it has the bracket, you'll have the equal to part. If it just has parentheses, it's considered unbounded, and so that will just be the less than. Another example would be parentheses -infinity, comma -1, parentheses. So this would convert to values for x that are less than -1, but not including -1 because of the parentheses. So x is going to be just less than -1. Let's say you have this inequality, x is greater than or equal to 5. Interval notation, that would convert to bracket because you have the equal to part, 5, comma, infinity. So it keeps getting bigger from 5. So let's go ahead and now solve some linear equations. So write down this first linear equation. So write down 2 times 2x minus 3 plus 3 times x plus 1 equals 5x plus 2. So we know it's a linear equation because we have x to the first degree. So let's start simplifying by distributing. So distribute the 2. So 2 times 2x is 4x minus 6 plus 3 times x plus 1 will leave you with 3x plus 3 equals still 5x plus 2. Go ahead and combine like terms on the left side. So 4x plus 3x is 7x. A -6 plus 3 is a -3 equals 5x plus 2. So I want to get the variable on one side. So I'm going to move 5x over so I can combine like terms on the left side. So I have 2x minus 3 equals 2. And continue to solve. So we're left with 2x equals 5. Divide by 2 and x equals 5/2. So that is your solution. Now let's go ahead and solve a linear equation with a fraction. So go ahead and try this one. 5y minus 2 over 8 equals 2 plus y over 4. So when solving, we want to get rid of the denominator part. So we want to multiply by a number as our lowest common denominator, or multiply each term by a number that will allow us to cancel out the 8 and the 4. So we're going to multiply each term times 8 because both of those can go into 8. So you're multiplying, and this is up in the numerator. So the 8's cancel out. You're just left with 5y minus 2. Is that equal to, now on the right side we multiply 8 times 2. I have to do it times each term. For this last term here, 4 goes into 8 2 times. And so you're left with a 2. So you're going to multiply 2 times y, which is 2y. We know that we have a linear equation because it's y to the first degree. So let's go ahead and get the variable on one side and the constant on the other. So I'm going to subtract 2y from each side. So I'm left with 3y minus 2 equals 16. Continue to solve. So I have 3y equals 18. Divide each side by 3. So the solution is y equals 6. Now let's go ahead and solve a linear inequality. So go ahead and write this one down. So we'll have a linear inequality. So write down 3 times x minus 1 plus 2 is less than or equal to 5x plus 6. You start off the same way as a linear equation. Go ahead and distribute the 3 to simplify. So 3x minus 3 plus 2 is less than or equal to 5x plus 6. Combine like terms on the left side. So -3 plus 2 simplifies to a -1, less than or equal to 5x plus 6. You just also want to get the variable on one side, the constant on the other. So I'm going to subtract 5x. And I'm left with -2x minus 1 less than or equal to 6. Go ahead and add 1 to each side. So you have -2x less than or equal to 7. At this point, you're going to divide each side by -2. When you're dividing by -2, you're going to switch the direction of your inequality. So x is going to be greater than or equal to -7/2. If you want to write the solution set as an inequality, x is greater than or equal to -7/2, you're going to have bracket, -7/2, comma, infinity with parentheses. Let's try one last one. Let's go ahead and solve a linear inequality that is a double inequality. So go ahead and write this one down. -3 is less than 2x plus 5 over 3, which is less than or equal to 15. So I want to get rid of the fraction part first, or the denominator. So multiply each term times 3. So I can cancel out this 3 here in the middle. So negative 3 times 3 is negative 9, is less than 3's cancel out. I'm just left with 2x plus 5 in the numerator, which is less than or equal to, actually make this just a 5. So 5 times 3 will be 15. Now I'm solving for x. So I want to isolate the 2x. So I'm going to subtract 5 from each side. So I have negative 14 less than 2x, which is less than or equal to 10. Continue to solve for x, so divide each side by 2. So you have negative 7 less than just x, because the 2's will cancel out there, less than or equal to 5. If you want to write this, so anything that's greater than negative 7 but less than or equal to 5 will make your original inequality true. This in interval notation would be parentheses, negative 7, comma, 5, brackets. Thank you.